Be still, my child. Before you do anything else today, I want you to put down the weight you have been carrying. The one you picked up the moment you opened your eyes this morning. The one that sat on your chest before your feet ever touched the floor. I know its name. It is the worry about money, about whether there will be enough, about how you will make it work this time. Put it down, just for these few minutes. Lay it at my feet, and let me speak to you. I did not bring you here by accident. Out of everything you could have been doing right now, out of all the things competing for your tired attention, you stopped here. And I want you to know that I arranged this meeting. I have something to say to you about your provision, about your fear of not having enough. And there is a truth waiting at the end of these words that I need you to stay long enough to hear. Do not leave before I reach it. Breathe with me first. I know your shoulders are tight. I know the knot in your stomach has been there so long it feels normal now. So breathe in, slowly, and let it go. You do not have to solve anything in this moment. You do not have to have the answer right now. For these few minutes, you are simply here with the one who owns everything and who loves you more than you can comprehend. My child, I have seen the nights you lie awake doing the math, adding and subtracting in the dark, the numbers never quite reaching, the same figures circling around and around until the sky turns gray. I have seen you at the kitchen table, with the bills spread out in front of you, your head in your hands, wondering how it all came to feel so heavy. My child, hear me. I see all of it, and I am not disappointed in you. I am not standing over you with my arms crossed, wondering why you cannot get it together. I am sitting down beside you at that kitchen table, and I am saying, you are not alone in this, and you never were. Let me tell you the truth. Your fear has been hiding from you. You will not be abandoned. You have never been abandoned. The God who has carried you through every single day you have already survived is not going to drop you now. Look behind you, my child. Look at all the days you were certain you would not make it through. The months you did not see how the need would be met. And yet here you are. You are still standing. Somehow, the way always opened. Somehow, you were always carried. That was not luck. That was me. I have been your provider every day of your life. Even on the days you never noticed, even in the seasons you gave the credit to yourself or to chance. The breath in your lungs is something you did not earn. The strength that got you out of bed this morning, I gave it. The mind that can read these words, the heart still beating in your chest, all of it is provision, poured out on you freely, day after day, by a God who delights in taking care of his children. I want you to do something for me and for yourself. In the comments below, I want you to tell me your worry, the financial fear you have been carrying alone, and then release it to me. Naming it to me is the first act of handing it over. And if you simply need to be reminded today that you will be provided for, that you will not be abandoned, type Amen. Let it be your declaration of trust, spoken before the provision arrives. I will see it, and I will answer. I have watched you stand in the store and quietly put something back on the shelf because the total was climbing too high. I have seen you check the account balance with your breath held, hoping the number would be bigger than you feared. I have watched you say yes to one more shift when your body was already screaming for rest, because the rent does not care how tired you are. And I have seen the shame you carry that no one knows about. The way you smile and say you are fine. The way you hide the struggle from the people around you, because you do not want them to worry, or because you are embarrassed that at this point in your life, things are still so uncertain. You carry it alone, and it is crushing you. Consider how I clothe the wildflowers in the field. They do not labor. They do not spin thread. or worry through the night. And yet, not even the richest king in all his glory was dressed as beautifully as a single lily I painted. If I lavish such care on a flower that blooms for a day and is gone, how much more will I care for you, my own child, made in my image, loved with an everlasting love? Look at the birds. They do not store up harvests in barns. They do not lie awake calculating. And yet I feed every one of them. Not a single sparrow falls to the ground without my knowing. And you are worth more than many sparrows. You are worth more to me than you have ever dared to believe. So why do you let the fear convince you that this time the care will run out? That this time you are on your own? Breathe with me again. In, my God is my provider. Out, I will not be abandoned. In, I do not carry this alone. Out, He has carried me every day until now. Let me speak to the specific fear underneath your fear. Because for many of you, the terror is not really about today. You are managing today. Barely, but managing. The real fear is about what is coming. What happens when the work dries up? What happens when the body can no longer do what it used to? What happens in the years ahead, when the savings are gone and the need remains? You are not just afraid of this month. You are afraid of a future you cannot see and cannot control. My child, I want to teach you something about how I provide, because you have misunderstood it, and the misunderstanding is stealing your peace. When I led my people through the wilderness, I did not hand them a storehouse of bread to last 40 years. I gave them manna, fresh, each morning, enough for that day and no more. When they tried to hoard it, to store up tomorrow's supply out of fear, it spoiled overnight. Do you know why I did that? Not to torment them. To teach them to trust me one day at a time. To root their security, not in a stockpile they could see, but in a relationship with the God who would show up again tomorrow, and the day after, and every day after that. I am still that God. I am not going to drop a lifetime of provision into your lap so that you never have to depend on me again. I love you too much to let you trade a living relationship for a dead pile of security. Instead, I am going to meet you tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. The grace for tomorrow is not here yet, because tomorrow is not here yet. But when it comes, I will be there in it, exactly as I have always been. You are trying to feel tomorrow's provision today, and you cannot. And it is terrifying you. Stop reaching into a day that has not arrived. I am already there, and I will meet you when you get there. And now, to the one who stayed, here is the deepest truth, the thing I held back until you were ready to receive it. You have been thinking this whole time that your great need is money, that if the financial fear were lifted, if the account were full and the future secure, then you would finally be at peace. And so you have been chasing the provision, begging for the supply, measuring my faithfulness by whether the numbers improved. But hear me, my child, your deepest need was never money. Your deepest need was me. The financial fear, painful as it is, has been doing something holy in you. It has been driving you to your knees. It has been emptying your hands of everything you used to trust in, so that they could finally take hold of me. The provision you have been asking for is real, and it is coming. But the gift underneath the gift, the treasure I have been after all along, is you, learning that I am enough, that when everything else is uncertain, I remain, that I myself am the provision, the security, the inheritance, that cannot be lost or spent or taken away. Seek me first, my child. Seek me before the supply, above the supply, more than the supply. Seek the giver more than the gift. And everything you truly need, all of it, will be added to you. in its time, by a father who has never once failed to feed his children and is not about to start with you. But stay with me a little longer, my child. And there is one thing more. There is a question you have never dared to ask me out loud, and I know it anyway, and I am going to answer it before you go. Now hear what I declare over you. The one who fears the well will run dry. You will not be abandoned. You will not be forgotten in your time of need. You will not be left to face the lack alone. You will be carried, as you have always been carried. You will be provided for, in ways you cannot yet see, arriving exactly when they are needed, and not a moment late. Let those words sink past your fear, and into the deep place where you make your decisions about whether the world is safe. The world is not your provider. I am, and I do not run dry. Let me speak now to the one who is ashamed, the one who feels like a failure because of where you are financially. You compare yourself to others who seem to have it figured out, and you feel like you fell behind, like you did something wrong, like your struggle is proof that you are not enough. My child, your bank balance is not your worth. Let me say that again, because the world has shouted the opposite at you your entire life. The number in your account is not the measure of your value. You are not worth more when it is high, and less when it is low. Your worth was set before you ever earned a single coin, and it was set by me, and it is infinite, and it does not move. The wealthy and the poor stand on perfectly level ground before me. I am not more impressed by the one with the full account, and I am not less attentive to the one with the empty one. If anything, I have always drawn especially near to those the world calls poor, because they have learned to lean on me in ways the comfortable never do. You did not fall behind in any race that matters to me. The race the world is running, the accumulating, the comparing, the endless reaching for more. That is not the race I called you to. I called you to faithfulness, to trust, to loving, and being loved. And in that race, my child, you are not behind at all. Let me tell you about a widow I once provided for, so you will know how I work. She was down to her very last handful of flour and a few drops of oil, one final meal for herself and her son, and then she believed they would starve. There was no reason to hope. The math was final, and in that exact moment of emptiness, I sent provision to her door, and I told her not to be afraid. She gave from the little she had, in trust, and the flour did not run out, and the oil did not run dry, not for days, not for weeks, but through the entire length of the famine. The jar that should have been empty kept giving, because I was its source, not the flour. My child, I have not changed. I am still the God who meets you at the bottom of the jar. The place where your resources end is not the place where my provision ends. It is the place where you finally get to watch me work. Let me address the fear that hides even beneath the shame. The fear of being a burden to others, of having to ask for help, of losing your independence. Some of you would rather go without than reach out, because asking feels like admitting defeat. You have always been the one who provides, never the one who receives, and the thought of needing help fills you with dread. My child, there is no shame in being on the receiving end of love. The same hand that gives is meant to also receive. This is the rhythm of life I built into the world. When I send provision to you through the kindness of another person, do not refuse it out of pride. That kindness is me, reaching you through hands I have moved. Receiving it is not weakness, it is trust. And the one who gives to you is being blessed in the giving, more than you know. Do not rob them of that blessing by insisting on carrying everything alone. Let yourself be helped. Let yourself be loved. I often provide through community, through the hands and hearts of others. And learning to receive is part of learning to trust me. Breathe with me once more. In, there is no shame in my need. Out, His provision often comes through love. In, I can receive as well as give. Out, I am held by a God who does not run dry. There is a current flowing beneath your circumstances, my child, in the place deeper than your bank account, deeper than your fear, deeper than the math that will not add up. It is the stream of my provision, and it has never once stopped flowing toward you. In the lean years and the full years alike, it has been there, steady beneath everything, carrying you when you did not even know you were being carried. Step into that stream now. Let it wash the fear off you. Let it remind you that you are not standing at the edge of an empty well, scraping for the last of the water. You are standing in a river that flows from an endless source, a source that has never been depleted and never will be. Feel it moving over you, warm, generous, unhurried. The provision of a father who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills and counts you as more precious than all of it. I am not promising you that you will suddenly be rich by the standards of the world. I am promising you something far better and far more certain, that you will never be without me, and that I will see to it you have what you truly need to do what I have placed you here to do. There is a difference between your wants and your needs, and I am intimately acquainted with both. I will not always give you everything you want, because some of what you want would harm you, and I love you too much to feed you poison dressed as bread. But your needs, the real ones, the ones I see clearly, even when you cannot, those I will meet, again and again, faithfully, until the very last day I have appointed for you. And on that day, you will step into an inheritance so vast that every financial fear you ever carried will look, in hindsight, like a child worrying about a single coin while standing inside a kingdom that already belonged to him. You are not poor. You are an heir. You are not abandoned. You are held. You are not facing tomorrow alone. The one who owns everything goes before you into it, and he is already arranging what you will need before you arrive. So when the fear comes back, and it will try, you will have an answer. You will say, I will not be abandoned. My God is my provider. He has carried me every day until now, and He is not going to drop me. I seek Him first, and all I need will be added. I am not poor. I am His. Rest now. You can set down the math for tonight. You can stop the circling calculations. The God who feeds the sparrows and clothes the lilies has His eyes on you, and He has never once forgotten to provide for one of His children. He is not going to forget you. You are far too loved for that. Come back tomorrow, my child. There is a new message waiting for you here every single day. Each morning I have something to say to the ones I love, fresh as the morning manna, and I will never run out, not of words and not of provision for you. Subscribe and turn on the bell so that on the day the fear feels heaviest, you will be reminded again that you are provided for. And now the question you have never spoken. You have wondered, in the worst hours, in the dark, when the arithmetic would not close, whether you might outlive my provision, whether the money runs out before the years do, whether there comes a morning at the end when there is simply nothing left and you are still here. My child, hear me. I counted your days before the first one of them began, and on the same day that I counted your days, I counted the bread. There is enough for every one of them. Not one morning of your life will arrive unfunded. You will not reach a day I forgot to provide for, because there is no such day. I made them, and I stocked them, and I have been walking ahead of you into each one your whole life long. You will not run out before I do, and I do not run out. One more breath with me before you go. In, He is my provider. Out, I will not be abandoned. You will not run dry. You will not be forgotten. You will not face the lack alone. You are held by the God who owns everything, and He calls you His own. You are loved. You are seen. You are mine.